Sure guys, most of you have been asking about the recent update on the A45 AMG project, so today I've decided to make a video for you. So yeah, I hope you enjoy guys. Remember, I'm not a cameraman, I don't know how to edit, I just post. And also bear with me, I'm new on YouTube, so I'm just making these videos because people requested them, and some of you are enjoying them apparently. So thank you very much guys for the support. I hope you still remember our previous issue from the previous video. It was the timing issue. The intake camshaft was not correlating with the crank camshaft, so I was struggling with that. I had to redo the timing several times, confirm the marks, but I still couldn't get it right with the intake camshaft. So I even thought the camshaft had an issue. I almost opted for buying a camshaft, but I decided to, I don't just buy. I want to make sure, I want to confirm first. That's what I wish most mechanics can do before they make other people buy parts. So I wanted to confirm. That's why I kept on redoing the timing to see if it doesn't shift to the exhaust side. Because if it shifts to the exhaust side and I get it right on the intake cam, it means the cam is not an issue. So here you saw I was confirming the timing. Thanks to there's a guy called Dan. Yeah, he sent me the marks, the timing marks through the tapered cover, where you can actually see there's a smaller nyana on the intake cam pulse wheel. It's having a bit of a mark there. It must be centered. And also on the exhaust camshaft on the pulse wheel, that plate must be halved on the, I'll show you, through the where you put the camshaft sensors. So I spoke to those guys. Then I can't remember the other ones. The other one I remember, it was Star. Yeah, I don't know his exact name, but I just saved him as Star on WhatsApp, because automatically when you save someone on WhatsApp, it writes whatever name he puts there on his WhatsApp name. So yeah, I even called Star. I told him about this issue. He told me, no, the pulse wheels, they can move. I said, but first I want to confirm if it's the camshaft. He even offered to give me a camshaft. He's working in Joburg, I think he's staying there. So he even said I can send someone that side of Joburg to come and collect the camshaft for free so that I can use it here. So you see guys, you must just keep posting your work, and other people are willing to help there. Complete strangers, they are willing to help. So even then, he sent me those marks. He sent me pictures of the car he's currently working on. I don't remember if it's a M27 or 70, M270, yeah. He was working on that car. He even sent me pictures of the camshaft pulse wheel, how they're supposed to be aligned. So I still couldn't get it right. I took a stencil, I don't know what you call it, but yeah, that ruler, that square ruler. I put it on the mark of the camshaft and aligned it with the pulse wheel mark, and I saw the intake cam was a bit out, so I sent it to Star. He said, yeah, that mark can move, that pulse wheel can move. So I sent it to Dan. Dan said, he sees that everything is still fine there. So now I was confused. You see, my two reference, the other one is saying it's fine, the other one is saying it's out. So before I could send someone to go and collect the camshaft, I decided to go to the nearest workshop nearby, around where I'm staying. So I went there. I asked them if they can help with the time, with regard to the timing. So the other mechanic said, no, you can rent the special timing tool for 750. Then I said, okay, yeah, no, it's fine. But before I can rent that special timing tool for 750, I had to make sure it's not the camshaft. So I needed a referral camshaft. But the nearest workshop, they said I must bring the car, I must push it there. It's just I think 500 meters away, if not 250 meters. So most the people of the workshop, they always want something. They always want something for you to pay. They will always make sure that you pay. So if I took the car there, obviously they were gonna say they are doing the timing. Then after the timing, if the camshaft was faulty, I was gonna still pay for the timing job, and I was gonna still have to buy the camshaft. That's why I didn't want to take it there, because what if the camshaft was faulty? You see, because I still remember with my first 7 Golf 7 GTI, it had a timing issue before I bought a special timing tool. I went around Bloemfontein. I got ripped off by a lot of guys. I don't want to mention them here, especially. Hey, okay, it's fine. Let me not mention other things before we fight. So I took that 7 GTI. I knew it had a faulty. The intake camshaft was also not correlating with the crankshaft. So I attempted to do the timing on my own, but still I failed. So I suspected that the camshaft had an issue, but I was not sure at the time. So I did that thing of let me confirm and take it to a workshop. Guys, remember, even at those workshops, there's someone who's like you. You see, you are not having a workshop. Let me give you an example. I'm not having a workshop now, but you can see I can do my work. I can do everything. Even there at the workshop, it's someone like you. Just that maybe they're having advanced tools, but most workshops, I can even count the tools that they're having in the workshop. It's just the lift. The only difference, they're having those car lifts. Then they're having support bars, engine stand, engine jack. So you see the difference maybe is because of that lift that lifts up the car. Then what else? Yeah, maybe they might be having softwares, or I don't know, auto data. That software that you can get repair manuals on, and specifications, torque settings. Yeah, I lost my auto data, so I can't get it anymore. I even went to another workshop asking them to sell me that auto data. I don't even know where I can get it, because I tried getting it on the internet. You see that position there? I don't know how I got in that position, but I was trying to break that bolt of the tensioner. So I managed to get it right. Then I took out this camshaft gear to inspect the pulse wheel, and that I forget this word. So I was talking about the Golf GTI timing. So you know what those guys said? They said, no, I must bring the car. And you like this thing of specialist. Someone is specializing with something. So I even thought, okay, this guy is specializing with, I saw a lot of GTIs there, specializing with VWs, specializing with GTIs. Let me just give it to him. Maybe he will confirm my problem. You know what that guy did? I took it to the workshop. I think they said I must leave it for 3 days. I left it there. Then I went to fetch it. They called me to come and fetch it. After that, it was worse. The timing was worse. And I told him, no, this car is still worse. He said, just change the, what is this? Oil control valve. That one that is next to the sump. If you know a Golf 7 GTI, you'll know there's an oil control valve there, by pressure valve or something, there next to the sump. They say it works with the timing. I said, okay, let me buy it so that you can fit it. I paid around 2.7 for that timing job. And imagine, I can do it on my own. But I wanted them to confirm if it's the camshaft or maybe it was my timing. Then they still got the timing wrong. They said, is that control valve there? I bought the control valve. I gave it to them. They put the control valve. They broke my... what is this? Sorry guys, I'm just talking. I keep forgetting. I remember they broke something, a sensor. There's also, they broke a sensor. Then I told them, no, you broke my sensor here. They said, no, we didn't break that sensor. It was like that. Just imagine, I paid 2.7 for that job. Then I took my car with a broken sensor. that broken sensor, you know what happened, how it broke. It broke that part of where the bolt fastens. So they used a cable tie to fasten that sensor on the engine. So now I took the car as it is. Remember, and you cannot argue with those guys at the workshop. They are very tricky and clever. They'll tell you these other things. And the problem is I know a car, so I saw they are robbing me. So I decided, let me just pay them and take the car. That's what they do to most people. I have a lot of stories about these guys who own the workshop, these Gamlas. So I took the car as it is with the same problem, and I bought the special timing tool. The car, I retimed it again. Then it was better at that time, but it was no longer making that vrpa, that famous one. So it was just changing gears, not having a lot of power. So I decided, no, let me buy the camshafts. Yeah, long story short, I bought the camshaft. Yeah, the car was fine. So as I was saying, most people, they're getting ripped off by these guys. There's a friend of mine who took the car, an E46, to a workshop, a particular workshop. They told him to replace the camshaft sensor. He bought the camshaft sensor, and for that job he paid, I think, 6.5. Yeah, he even showed me the invoice, 6.5 for changing the camshaft sensor. So apparently, okay, I also diagnosed the car recently, and the car is saying camshaft sensor short circuit, something like that. You know those things of camshaft sensor, position sensor. So I even told him, so here guys, I was confirming the marks, and I see the marks were not aligning.
So there's a mark on the inside. There is it. You see that mark there? It's supposed to move a little bit to the right, somewhere here. There's that small thing there on the pulse wheel. So here, I wanted to show you on the phone. So here, here's the pulse wheel, here's that mark. So it's a little bit to the right. There's our mark there, even here, but here is to the left. It's aligned to the left. So I'm gonna try to move it that side, because you can see an example here with the intake one, the exhaust one. You see the exhaust one is marked halfway. There's the pulse wheel, it's marked halfway. Then here, there's it, it's halfway. So this side is supposed to be somewhere here, just like here, but mine is there somewhere there. So yeah, let me try to adjust it.
So here I'm removing the tapered cover so that I can align the intake camshaft mark with the crankshaft. Basically, I'm just trying to put the camshaft in OT or TDC, whatever you may call it. So with the story of E46, they made him pay 6.5 to change the camshaft position sensor. Yeah, remember, if you are getting a full coat of a camshaft position sensor, it's either you are having a problem with the camshaft position sensor itself, or you are having an issue with the camshaft, or you are having the issue with the timing, or it's an electrical fault. Maybe if it's saying short circuit or something. But in either way, if you get that full code, you must just know you might be having an issue with these four things: the timing, an electrical issue, the camshaft, or the camshaft position sensor itself might be having an issue. So sometimes you'll replace it, you'll still get the fault code. Sometimes you'll check for the wiring is still proper. Maybe the sensor itself is having a problem. Sometimes you need to also confirm the timing of the camshaft if it's in TDC. You understand? So you don't just get a full code of a camshaft position sensor, then you tell a client to go and buy a camshaft position sensor. You are just taking chances. You are guessing. Also, it depends on what it's saying. If it's saying short to ground, it might be the timing also. Or if it's saying short circuit, it might be the timing also. Or if it's saying camshaft position sensor malfunction, it might be malfunctioning, or it might be malfunctioning due to the signal it's getting from the camshaft. I don't know if you understand, but maybe that's my knowledge. I don't know, because I don't like making client buy a part that I'm not sure of, because he won't pay. I won't let him pay after doing a job. Tell the customer that you must replace the camshaft position sensor. He goes and buys it and he's still getting the same problem, and I make him pay. No, that's not part of my policy. Is that if I misdiagnose the car and the customer buys the parts and I misdiagnose it, he doesn't pay. So that's why even with this one, I didn't want to buy the camshaft before confirming that the issue is the camshaft itself or the sensor. You understand? So yeah, I even tried to swap the camshaft sensors. The intake one, I took it to the exhaust, and the exhaust one, I took it to the camshaft. Even those all control valves. So here I'm starting the car after doing the timing, and it's still head and it's fine. But luckily, when I checked on the diagnostics, it said in exhaust camshaft does not correlate with the crankshaft position. So you see, we've moved from intake camshaft. Now the intake camshaft is in timing, and the issue here is the exhaust camshaft. Now I'm happy because it shows that the issue here was not the camshaft, it was me. I was getting the timing wrong. And there was a guy who commented and said, to get the timing of this thing, someone must hold with a vice grip or shifting spanner. You must hold the camshaft so that you can torque them. And I now notice my issue. My issue was that I was holding the camshaft, looking with a vice grip with one hand and trying to torque the camshaft gear. So it was getting out of timing. But now I managed to get the intake camshaft right. Now the exhaust is out. But remember, I marked it before I changed everything, before I closed. So I marked the exhaust camshaft so that if it gets out of timing, I know how to align it. So I even marked the intake one. So yeah, then I opened again. I just loosened the exhaust camshaft gear, then put the timing of the exhaust camshaft in TDC. Then I took the exhaust camshaft gear. So you see now that intake one is still in timing, and now I'm putting this one of exhaust back into the timing. Remember, I marked it. So you see there, the intake camshaft is aligning. It's centered there, that mark. And you'll see also with the exhaust camshaft, it's halved, meaning it's centered also. You see. So before you make someone buy something, you must confirm. Must confirm everything. You must make sure that you are sure about your story. I know this job is difficult. I know you'll never be 100% sure, but you must try by all means to confirm. Even if it means stripping the engine again, you must make sure. You see, so TDC here. Then I checked the TDC of the camshaft also. So even this ones I swapped them. You see exhaust and intake, and it was supposed to be like this. So here I was confirming. You must remember, after timing a vehicle, you must rotate the crank around 3 times, or as much as you are satisfied. You can just rotate it so that you can hear that the valves are not hitting the piston. If it stops while you're rotating it, you must just know your timing is, I don't know, because you can miss the timing, but it won't bend the valves if you miss it by an inch. You see, I was missing timing, but the valves are not even bent. I'm still doing the timing even now, and the valves are not bent. So I don't know, maybe it depends. It works with experience or something. because here I was checking the pulse wheel if they are moving together with the gas, and they were moving. So we don't have camshaft issues here. It was just timing. So putting if the exhaust camshaft is in timing, the intake one is out. If the intake one is in timing, the exhaust one is out. So here I was starting it again, checking if the timing is fine. Unfortunately, it didn't start. So meaning the intake, no, the exhaust one, it moved. I didn't torque it correctly. Then I have to put it again in timing. So the engine started and the timing was right. You can hear on first kick. If your timing is not right, it will take time to start. So first kick, it started showing that the timing is right. So I saw a lot of errors there. I'm gonna clear them, and I saw a bit of misfires. Then I noticed that this coolant reservoir pipe is leaking. It was broken maybe when they were stripping. That's why it's leaking water there. So it's one of those things. You must be. So yeah, unfortunately I couldn't go test the car because I told you this coolant reservoir pipe is leaking. So we're going to have an overheating problem, because I even noticed the fan was kicking very fast so that it avoids overheating. So even this breather pipe on the oil from the oil cap is broken, so it's leaking air. And then there's also another pipe that's leaking air. And I must sort out the brake booster brake issue, because we are not getting any brakes. The car is not braking, guys. So I couldn't take it for a test drive. So meaning next time I'll have to sort out the brake first, then the pipes, then we can take it for a test drive. So here I'm gonna check for the last time, I'm gonna check the fault codes, then try to clear them and see what we are left with. So yeah. Remember guys, some of the fault codes you can clear them, they will disappear, but they will come back again until you sort out the issue. So that's why there's passive, there's stored errors, and there's I forgot that last word. So there's different types of errors or faults. So if you clear them and they still come back, some come back immediately, like your airbags or ABS, until you sort it out. And some of them, they need software. Maybe they are stored in the car's computer. So if you sort it out mechanically, but on the car's ECU still stored, so the dashboard light won't go away. It will always be there until you try to do a software update or you reset it using a software. So yeah, it's one of those things. That's why you see people driving with the lights on the dashboard. Sometimes it needs software. Sometimes they fix that issue, but the computer still stored it, like your EPCs or your ABS, or what is this? There's a lot of lights that remain on the dashboard even if you reset them, even if you fix the issue. They need software update or software ECU reset, something like that. So here you see I resetted all those funny errors, funny faults, a lot of them. I resetted them. Then I'm gonna try to start the car again and see if those fault codes come back, like your misfires, camshaft position sensor malfunction, all those things, gearbox communication. You see, now we're only having about 2 faults from the one from the gearbox, one from the engine, and the others is airbags and all those things. Those ones, it's minor issues that you can solve after. You see, on the airbags I'm having 2. So you see those lights I was telling you about, the TPMS, meaning there's a problem with the sensors, the airbags, the seat belts, and the ABS. What else? Yeah, the ABS. Remember, we're not getting brakes here, and the brake ones, you saw them. So we'll have to reset them or try to solve them and reset. So yeah, always remember where you started. If you are always thinking of giving up, you must just working alone. There's few rebuilds I must do, and I don't have anyone to help me. So imagine I must take videos and still edit and upload for you. So there's still a rebuild that I must still upload for you, the one of the Jetta. So other people were asking me to upload the final part of that rebuild. So still gonna do that.